You're watching a recap from Investor XP, the show that covers investing for gamers. Check out the video description for details. It is Wednesday, June 21st, and we got a great show for you today. Here's what we got coming up for those of you who are watching live. We're going to be doing our monthly stock purchase today. I'll review what stocks I picked up this morning. We got some GameStop news. We're going to be talking about Warner Brothers, Capcom, and Sega post E3, looking at those stocks. So that's what we've got coming up. Each of those is going to be an individual video recap posted up on YouTube. So check them out if you haven't checked them out already. So here we go. Sega is ramping up with Sega Forever. They are going to bring their old titles to your phone to play, and I think this is a great strategy. Sega was somewhat they showed off their new Sonic and things at E3. I don't know. E3 was kind of a little flat for them this year. Now, Sega has promised, they've shown a roadmap of where they are rededicating themselves to making great games. They showed a bizarre trailer recently of how they scanned people's eyes to see the reaction to the games they're playing to help them develop games and stuff like that. It's kind of bizarre, but they are committed to a big time comeback, and this, I think, is a great step in the right direction. They're offering these old games for free on the devices. They're supported by ads, but you can pay like $2 or something like that to so that they're ad free. I think this is a great strategy to refamiliarize people with the games that they had out there. A lot of their older games. So here's the article. It's over at Seattle. There's a bunch of articles all over the place. It's going to be for the iOS and Android. And there it is. You can get ad-free versions for $2. And they're going to have cloud saves, Bluetooth controller support. And they're ad supported. Unless you pay the $2, iOS and Android. Now, the interesting thing with this is they're porting them with Unity. And by doing that, it makes it very easy to move them over to the Nintendo Switch if they needed to. And it's a possibility that they could make Sega Forever's games ported over to the Nintendo Switch, which I think that would be huge for them to get a lot of these games over on the Switch and make it portable. Certainly if they're doing it on the iPhone and things like that, and if it's Unity, it would just be a matter of a few clicks of a button to make it support the Switch, which would be huge for them. And another piece of Sega news out, really as I was getting ready for the show, this came up. There is a Sonic movie that's coming out in 2019, they've announced, and it's a CG hybrid, and the person who's directed Deadpool's doing it. So this could be a very interesting game. We've talked about it on the show about Sega making a comeback. We bought some shares of Sega for the kids' portfolio. They're down today almost 3%. $3 a share. It's not going to take a lot of money to make a pretty solid bet on Sega. Somewhat of a long shot for them to come back to any real relevance. But they are making that push. They pay a decent dividend yield, 2.6%. Dirt cheap price to earnings ratio of 12 times earnings. And they're basically calling out that they are making a comeback. I like the strategy with Sega Forever. I like the strategy with the movie. we could see some pop in Sega, maybe adding to the Sega's position next month. I'd thought about it earlier today, adding more to that, but I went with some of the higher yield ones to add to. They could be a target next month for us to purchase. I think it's going to take a little while for them to ramp up and for people to jump on board. So many people were burned by Sega in the past with their systems failing, and ultimately they didn't come up with when they changed over to a software developer. They didn't have the strongest showing of games. They're rededicating it to games. We'll see how it turns out for them. So some excitement behind Sega. I think it's a decent stock to pick up. Certainly could have some long-term upside if they do come out with some new IPs that are people are interested in. Sonic will take them so far. Certainly, if they have the movie out there. Beyond that, some new IPs could take them a long way. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching. You can contact the show. The information on the screen behind me. Chat with us live each day, 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. Live chat during the show. Questions, you can pop them up. Leave us some feedback. Really interested in feedback from you guys so we can make the show a little bit better. Just getting back in the swing of things off of vacation, so I'm a little long-winded on the articles, but we'll pare them down a little bit. I noticed some of them are getting a little lengthy. We'll work on that. I've heard that feedback. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you get the latest investing news for gamers. And we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.